Okay, so before I started to make this video, I was just thinking of the last past, because from June 14th of 2025, when I actively, truly started documenting bowel movements and constipation videos and everything that's going on, I then started switching my diet over to puree, vegan, um, alkaline. These are diets that I actively tried, fruitarian, but I realized that you can't be just a fruit eater on this diet because they burn up all the minerals. They immediately burn up all the calories. So you're feeling lethargic, extremely fatigued, and weak, as well as they will try and constipate you on a full fruit diet, regardless. Because it's funny to the FBI and the CIA, and it's funny to these government organizations, the military, these secret cults, Freemasons, Illuminati, whoever is fully behind this. It's funny to them that you're constipated. For me, and I wanted to explain this, the reason why someone would try to force you to be constipated, because I don't feel like I explained it correctly. Well, sorry, why someone, because in a normal scenario, the targeted individual is supposed to have constant diarrhea. They can't really get past my armor, so they haven't been able to cause me diarrhea that I know of. So what they've been doing is causing me to be constipated, and instead they dry out my bowel movements. They take all the fluid out of my bowel movements, and then what you get when you eventually use the bathroom is you just get this dry, mashed together, overly processed bowel movement. Sometimes it's black, sometimes it's light brown, sometimes it's white based on the food I eat. Not white, but tan, like chickpeas. So hypothetically, I just asked ChatGPT, obviously. Hypothetically, why would someone want to cause frequent diarrhea in another person? Control and humiliation was the first thing she pulled up. Diarrhea strips a person of dignity fast, forces frequent bathroom trips, causes fear of accidents, makes somebody feel weak, embarrassed, or dependent, can keep them homebound or socially isolated. In coercive or abusive dynamics, bodily control equals psychological dominance. Number two, incapacitation. Chronic diarrhea dehydrates, which is the whole purpose of microwave frequencies. They need a dry surface, so dry skin. Diarrhea dehydrates. It causes fatigue and dizziness. So that would also Okay, so that Amazon worker for one package decided to knock and bang on the door while I was making a video. Anyway, so number two, incapacitation, chronic fatigue and dizziness. It disrupts sleep. It makes work, school, or travel difficult. Someone seeking leverage may want the person too sick to function normally. Number three is medical manipulation. And when I'm trying to speak, they really mess with the sinuses and try to put mucus in the throat. So number three is medical manipulation, factitious abuse. In some cases, rare but real, a person induces illnesses to appear as a caretaker or to keep someone dependent or to gain sympathy, money, or authority. This is related to fictitious disorder imposed on another, formerly Munchausen by proxy. Punishment or coercion. Bowel distress has historically been used as a low visibility punishment, easy to cause with substances, hard to prove, can be blamed on diet, stress, or irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. That deniability is often the point. So what I'm experiencing is a bit of four, like a lot of four. Uh, I don't use substances. My diet, which is why I switched my diet to a vegan diet. Um, I don't feel stress, even though the government tries to cause me stress every day via voice skull technology, direct energy weapons, all of these patented weapons and technology. I don't have irritable bowel syndromes because I don't feel that pain. But what I do feel is them going into me illegally with the nanotechnology and twisting things around. Like they twist to release, they squeeze and tighten muscles and put nerves and blood vessels in places where they do not belong. Like for days, my jaw has been pushed up and I had to go in and I had to lower it myself. I still have muscles to lower to get my jaw to relax and release because of what they're doing illegally to my body. um, Psychological harm, constant gastrointestinal distress, trains anxiety around eating, which is what I'm starting to feel, creates food aversion, it triggers panic attacks, undermines a person's sense of bodily autonomy. This can be used to destabilize someone emotionally. Health wise, what does frequent induced diarrhea do to a body? This is not mild or harmless. Short term risk, dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, low potassium is especially dangerous. Abdominal cramping and pain, malnutrition, rectal irritation or bleeding. Long term risk, kidney injury, heart rhythm disturbances, gut microbiome damage, worsening or triggering IBS, IBD like symptoms, chronic anxiety around eating or digestion. In extreme or prolonged cases, it can become life threatening. Important reality check. Recheck, and this is just something she adds. If someone truly had repeated control over another person's bowel function without consent, that would strongly suggest poisoning, medication or supplement interference, psychological coercion, environmental manipulation, or medical abuse, all of which are serious. One gentle but serious note: if this question is connected to your own experience, even indirectly, that's not something to minimize or rationalize. Chronic unexplained diarrhea, especially if it coincides with certain people, places, or situations, deserve medical attention and safety consideration, not self-blame. So that's just, I like asking certain questions to ChatGPT. You get certain answers. But for someone like me, who I don't think the frequencies work enough to where they can cause diarrhea, they instead do the opposite and it causes constipation. Um, it's still the same thing. It's just instead of having constant outs, they are having constant ins or leaving the bowel movements in for the discomfort, the fatigue, muscle manipulation, blood flows, manipulating blood flow and circulation, um, as well as weight gaining. And it's not just about weight gaining. The body is not meant to break down fecal matter 24/7, 365. It's not meant to do that. And I've tried multiple foods and I've recorded almost all of them: papaya, pineapple, pears, mangoes, different types of fruit, with fiber, without fiber, and it still hasn't alleviated the problem of um, constant constipation. And it's not chronic because I'm not getting sick from it. I don't feel pain from it. I just feel the nanotech. I feel the perpetrators, which are government organizations and deep state contractors, utilizing the technology inside of me to keep me constipated. But so here we are. I want to say 7, 8 months later, documenting my full diet and my workouts. I'm not losing weight properly, via the constipation. I kind of stay the same size. Um, I stay the same size, even on a vegan diet. And I keep saying that repeatedly. So that's the point of this video. And I'm sorry about the interruption. It made the video a little bit longer than it was supposed to be. I like videos like this because it gets down to the science and explanation as to why these are better explanations. And I can document that accordingly. I'm trying to make sure I got everything I wanted to say out. Yes, I think.